I just brought 125 bags of leaves and put them in my 2 pig pens here at the farm. And every time I do it, I ask, is it worth the hassle to bring leaves onto the farm from town? Over the years, I've brought probably 25,000 bags of leaves to the farm, and I've put them in my garden, in my orchard, in my pig pens, or in the pastures where we kept our pigs to help improve the quality of the soil conditions there. And today, I'm just going to walk you through that process of what it takes for me to bring this many leaves to the farm, what kind of feed value is in it, and everything else, and let you know, is it really worth the hassle? The farm's about 10, 12 miles away from Columbus, Mississippi, so when I'm in town, I drive my truck and my trailer, I throw it with bags of leaves. On a full load, I can normally get 125 to 175 bags of leaves. I don't know if you can tell, there's a feeding frenzy right now with these pigs. I just brought a bunch of bags of leaves in from town, and I don't know if you can hear it, but the pigs are crunching away on pecans right now. These leaves came from some municipal areas in town. I gotta fight the pigs for the pecans. And the pigs are eating pecans. This is one bag of leaves these pigs are fighting over. Of course, there are other bags of leaves as well. Some of them have acorns in them. But every now and then when we're getting bags of leaves and we bring them out here, we hit a mother load and get bunches and bunches and bunches of hardwood mast, either pecans or hickory nuts, or most often acorns from oaks. If you talk about the feed cost value out of it, it's not. There's no way to cut around it. This is one of the better loads. Though I didn't get as many leaves in it, I got a lot more hardwood mast, mostly pecans, but still a lot of acorns out of it as well. My guess would be on this load, it would not surprise me to know that I got 300 pounds, maybe even 400 pounds of feed value out of these leaves. Now, the feed value is not a complete hog grower ration or anything else. I feed a 12% off stock feed. It's bulk. It costs me about $350 a ton, and it is incredibly easy to feed. So it's about 18 cents a pound, 17 and a half cents a pound, something like that. But even if I get 500 pounds of feed, which I bet it's closer to 200 or 250 pounds of feed out of this load of leaves, you're talking about $90 worth of feed value out of it. And so for $100 worth of feed, even if I got that $100 worth of feed, honestly, I would have spent direct cost in gas. I would have spent $10 or $12 in gas. I'm driving a 3/4 ton truck with a double axle trailer, so it's putting lots of wear and tear. And so, plus it takes about 3 to 4 hours from the time I leave to pick up the leaves to the time I get back, cut open the bags, and everything else. 4 hours of time. What's your time worth? If my time's worth $5 an hour, that's $20. If it's worth $10 an hour, that's $40. That's a lot of work and a lot of wear and tear on equipment for $100 worth of feed. It's so easy to drive to my local co-op. They auger it into my bins, and I can just drop it directly into the bulk feeders, and it takes me 2 hours to get 2,000 pounds of feed, and I don't have to mess with the bulk feed for several weeks. However, the biggest value that I get from leaves is the compost soil enrichment perspective. In this 4,000 square foot pen, I've got roughly 40 pigs. I don't remember, I'd have to count them. I may try to do that later. But of the 40 pigs that I have in here, if they're each eating 3 pounds of feed a day, so you count on 3 pounds of manure per pig, that's 120 pounds of manure. Not to mention the urea. They're eating a lot of pumpkins, a lot of milk right now, and so they're urinating a lot. I haven't had to give them water in weeks. The bulk tank that fills their automatic water filler has not had to be filled in 5 or 6 weeks. They're just not consuming it because they have so much feed, so they get most of their water requirements from the pumpkins and from the milk. Again, they have plenty of fresh water. They're just not drinking much of it. I say that now, and I just saw a little pig go drink a little bit of water. But the biggest value that I get from the leaves is to capture the manure and the urea. It then decomposes into a good soil enrichment compost that I can sell or that I can apply to our fields. I have sold some, but whether I use it on my garden or in the pastures, there's a lot of value out of it. So it's worth more than $100 per load just for the bedding that the leaves make for the pigs. However, currently, I just got in the last month, I have 20 round bales of hay that are free, not to mention I have 200 square bales of hay that were delivered to the farm, and they're sitting right over there about 1,000 feet away. However, I found that a diversity of compost materials, carbon materials, are best for making the best compost. So is it worth driving around, picking up leaves to bring them in here for my pigs? I figure out of each load of leaves, I get $100 worth of bedding and maybe $50 or so worth of feed. Sometimes I hit the mother load and get $100 or so worth of feed out of the leaves. So that's kind of hard to tell. The main value, though, in leaves for this pen, in addition to the carbon value, is that when it really gets down to it, I can feed the pigs just their grain diet and their milk, and they'll grow well. However, the diversity of feeds offers a diversity of minerals. The pigs like it. And to be honest with you, dumping milk into that trough right there, or dumping feed into that trough and throwing pumpkins on the ground, the pigs are finished eating in a few minutes. These leaves on the ground, the pigs will be rooting in these leaves for days. And so it does give them something to do. It sounds crazy. Yes, they burn a little bit more energy, so they have more calories that they've got to use to perform activities rather than to just simply grow fat. The acorns, the hickory nuts, and the pecans have a world of a lot more value in trace minerals as well that the pigs would normally just get from their mineral mix in the feed. So I like that they have a diverse type of feed that they can eat, and it also teaches them to forage more broadly when we turn them out into their pastures. The other thing about it is that it drives me crazy to see so many bags of leaves going into a landfill when they can be put to a greater purpose for a greater reason. I've tried to get the city of Columbus, that's Columbus, Mississippi, to bring the leaves out to me, and have been met with resistance. And I understand a lot of their reasonings, but the reality of it is, especially the trucks that vacuum leaves from the side of the streets, and the leaves are not in bags, they can carry a world of a lot of leaves and acorns at a time. They can make one trip save a lot of tipping fees in the landfill, and all I would have to do is sort through the trash in the leaves, which is still going to take as much time and energy, but I would be using my time and energy getting more leaves rather than having to go pick them up. Of course, I would also have to use the tractor and or the backhoe to get those leaves pushed around where I need them. And also, would not be a completely easy thing for me for the amount of time and energy that I spend. It could be really, really, really worth it. And it'd save the city, the county, and the landfill a lot of hassle. But so far, I have not been able to talk them into doing that. To be honest with you, the city picks up leaves in bags from people's yard. They used to use them when I was in high school. The city of Columbus used to have a machine that would vacuum them up from the side of the road and mulch them. And if they would do that, people would not have to waste so much money in plastic for the leaves, nor would they have to spend the money. It saved them some time and energy. And the city could then bring a large load. But I must admit that if I were in their place, I'm not sure that I would want to do the same thing. With 200 acres of pasture land and a lot of it degraded, we could make a world of a lot of difference in reducing the amount of waste that goes into our landfill around here and save the city, the county, and the taxpayers some money at the same time. Maybe one day we can get that to come to pass. One final thing that I did not mention is it is a lot of good exercise throwing bags of leaves. If you throw 150 bags of leaves every day, it's about a 30-minute aerobic workout, and it is quite the aerobic workout. So it'll save you some money on a gym membership, perhaps, but I'd much rather throw bags of leaves into a trailer and off of a trailer than I had go run around in circles around a high school gym or in a running track or something. So you tell me, after hearing about all this foolishness, what do you think? Is it worth bringing leaves onto the farm, onto the homestead, into your garden to compost them, or to use them as bedding for pigs? Is it worth the time, the energy, and the effort? Answer in the comments if you would. And hey, do me another favor and share this video with your friends, especially friends that would find it interesting, and encourage them to answer the question as well. I'm really wondering if it's worth all this hassle. At times I get excited, and at times it is a pain in the neck. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, make sure that you get the notifications if you subscribe to our channel as well. Take care, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.